Hi, so my client finally got his SBA money. I'm going to tell you how he did it and how much he got. So, let me give you a little bit of background. My client owns a company and has 5 employees. He applied for the EIDL grant as soon as that came available. It was about 3 weeks ago, and like most people, heard nothing back. On April 9th of this month, he received an email from his bank, which is Citibank, informing him that he was eligible to apply for the PPP, no mention of the EIDL. So on April 9th, the same day, he started applying. He submitted the initial application and some documentation that they requested, 941s and some other things. Heard nothing back for a few days. And then on Thursday, the 16th of April, he got his first bit of money from the government. He got $5,000 from the EIDL plan, which is a grant, and magically appeared in his account. It's right there, I'm showing it to you. That money, from what I understand, is a grant, which means that he doesn't have to pay it back, which is a huge thing. Now, it was only $5,000. I know that it was advertised as $10,000, but from what I understand, he got $1,000 per employee. He has 5 employees, so that's $5,000, which makes sense. They did this so that they could spread out the money to more companies, which is good for everybody else who didn't get it or who are still waiting, because I guess there's still a little bit of money left. I'm not sure, but that's what I understand. Now, the question is, how did he do it? How did he get it? So I'm going to go through the document. I'm going to go through the application. I'm going to show you a little bit about how he filled it out and how much he asked for and how much he got in the end. So this is the application. Now, this application, I redacted all the information. Where you see the red lines, that's me, because it's obviously my client, and I'm a lawyer, and I can't reveal who he is. But you know, he was nice enough to let me show you these documents to help other small businesses out. So as we go through the document, I'm going to show you kind of what the application looks like. So the top basically is important, because here you have to talk about what the structure of your company is, S Corp, C Corp. You have to be very clear. I'm not sure there's any distinction between any of these other than sole proprietor and self-employed and the corporations. They definitely treat self-employed people differently than corporations. Specifically, it looks like the self-employed have to personally guarantee these loans, while the corporations are not personally guaranteed. The owners don't have to personally guarantee. Not sure why they did it like that, but that's how it looks like it's going to happen. But we'll talk about that later in a different show. All right, so we go through the form here. This top part talks about what it is. He's an S Corp, so he clicked here. Business name, business address, we don't care about that. Other information. This is the magic box right here. This magic box basically is what is the most important part of the application, and it's how the SBA determines how much money you're going to get. Now, he put some amounts in here. We're going to find out if he got what he asked for. Okay, so let's look at this again. So we've got the average monthly payroll. This is really important. This number here, $16,481.84. This is what his average monthly payroll from his 941s, that's what he listed. So what that meant was he took his 941s, he took his average, his yearly 12-month payroll divided by 12, and that's what he got. He got $16,481.84. That's what his payroll is per month. Now, you multiply that by 2.5, and it says plus EIDL, which means in his case, he actually got his EIDL before he applied. He actually signed these documents, so this doesn't really apply to him. So I'm not really sure how that works out, but it doesn't really matter. He asked for $41,205 and change with 5 employees. Now, this is what he's asking for. He's asking for $41,205 dollars, and that's what he wants from the PPP program. That covers his 5 employees. They ask you to put what it is that you're going to use the money for. So we look here: payroll, lease, utilities, and other. The form, you have to put something in the form here. So he put telephone, internet, which I'm sure, it's very little money, but it's money that he's going to use. He's going to have to pay for it, so he put it there. Down here, it lists you have to put every owner has 20% or more. It's a single owner company, so he just put his name and his own ownership. Then it asks you a bunch of questions. If he's ever been suspended, about anything, if he's ever had any problems with any of his businesses, if he's a criminal, in essence. Obviously, no. And it talks about, this is the important thing. I think if people have partners in their business, they're going to run into issues because every partner has to sign. Every partner has to apply for this separately. But this individual is a single owner, so he didn't have to worry about that. But there is stuff here where it talks about each, if anyone owns more than 20%, you have to fill that in. It talks about criminal activity, if there was any. This says, obviously, that he certifies that he was in business as of February 20th, 2020, which is right here. Talks about if he needs the money to keep the business going. I would assume yes. We all need that money to keep us going, and that he will provide documentation later on whenever that's requested. So to give you some, there was a little looks like a little paperclip here that he just added his corporate documents, which showed that he was a sole owner. And they didn't ask for anything here in regards to his 941s. But I can tell you that even though I'm not going to talk about that in this particular episode, they did eventually ask him for the 941s, and he did provide that stuff. The other part here that is important is the signature date. You see that he signed it on 4/13/2020. So that, I believe, was Monday or Tuesday of this past week. Today's the 18th. So that was 17, 16, 14. So Tuesday, he signed it. Okay, so what happened after Tuesday? I can tell you that nothing happened for a few days. He sat back. Actually, no, it's not true. They did send him an email. Citibank did send him an email asking for documentation of his payroll. So he submitted all the 941 forms that they asked for. So 12 months of 941. He also threw in the 2020 941 since we already had those. And for you all that don't know, 941 are the tax forms that the government are required to file when you file taxes. They also ask for the W-3, which is the yearly tells you how much they actually paid in taxes and how much they paid in payroll for the year of 2019. They also asked him for his tax returns, his business tax returns for 2019, which he provided. So he did all these things between the 12th and the date when he actually got some of this money. So let's see what he got. The process from beginning to end, so 3 weeks when he started the EIDL, April 9th when he did the initial application to Citibank. Now, Citibank is a special case. Citibank was one of the last banks to get involved in this process of delivering the PPP money. However, it seems like they're extremely efficient. If he submitted his application on the first day it was available, which was April 9th, and he got his money today, which is the 18th. So in 9 days, he was able to get his money. So that's pretty good. Citibank seems like a great bank, in my opinion, to do this in 9 days. I've never seen that kind of money flow to anybody in 9 days. So he submitted all his documents. Like I said, he was able to get $5,000 from the EIDL initially. He requested $41,205 from the PPP. Now, he got the $5,000 before This application was actually signed because they did. If you saw my last video, I did go through the form, which talks about which shows you what you actually signed, the note itself. And today, he is one of the lucky individuals that actually got some money in his bank from the PPP. And you ask, how much did he get? Drum roll, please. He got himself, and it's right here, $41,205. He got the full amount that he requested from the EIDL, from the PPP, and that's great for him and his business and his 5 employees. This is going to help him out to get his business back on track. He's had 0 revenue in the last month, so this will help him out. He's looking forward to hopefully keeping his business going and using this $41,000 to keep his dream and his business going. So I'm very happy for him, and I wish the very best for all of you. If you like this video, I'm going to keep talking about this subject. Subscribe to my channel and send me likes, send me comments, any questions. If I can answer them, I will. Again, I'm not going to be able to talk very specific about this because this is my client. It's confidential. He did give me the opportunity to talk a little bit about this in a general sense, but other than that, I'm not going to be able to talk more about this particular thing. But subscribe, and I will answer general questions. Again, Diego Mendez, bankruptcy lawyer here in Miami, Florida, helping out the best way I can. Thanks a lot.